Have you heard? Numerous exercises that appear innocuous are, in fact, inflicting significant harm on your knees, leading to pain, inflammation, and potential long-term damage. For those over 60, engaging in specific high-impact workouts could inadvertently lead you towards the need for knee replacement surgery. Indeed, it holds great significance. Your knees have certainly changed since those earlier years. The gradual deterioration of cartilage leads to increased joint stiffness and prolonged recovery times. However, this is the unsettling aspect. Certain exercises that are often performed by seniors may be contributing to the worsening of knee health. To safeguard your mobility and maintain your independence for the long haul, it's crucial to cease these 6 exercises right away before they cause lasting damage to your knees. 1. Deep squats. A quick route to knee surgery. Deep squats may appear to be an excellent method for enhancing leg strength. However, for older adults, they represent one of the most harmful actions for aging knees. As you descend into a deep squat, your knees flex beyond their usual limits, compelling the cartilage and ligaments to extend under significant strain. In your youth, your body was more capable of managing this kind of stress. Your cartilage possessed a robust thickness, demonstrating resilience and an impressive ability to absorb shock. However, as time goes on, the padding between your bones gradually diminishes and loses its strength. Every deep squat chips away at the scant protection remaining, drawing your knees nearer to the excruciating clash of bone against bone. Numerous older adults remain unaware of the risks until they find themselves in a precarious situation. Initially, the unease seems subtle. Maybe a mild discomfort following a workout or tightness when rising from a seat. Yet, as time passes, this harm builds up. The cartilage, having endured years of wear, starts to fracture and deteriorate. The delicate tissues encircling the joint become inflamed, resulting in a piercing pain with each step taken. And then, one day, a change occurs. A sharp crack echoed through the air. A sudden, intense surge of agony. And you discover that standing brings nothing but pain. What initially appeared to be a straightforward exercise has evolved into a significant medical concern, potentially necessitating surgery or even a knee replacement. The most challenging aspect? Knee injuries resulting from deep squats no longer recover as they used to. As you age, your body's capacity to regenerate cartilage declines. Once that padding is lost, it doesn't return. What you end up with is persistent inflammation, rigidity, and a heightened likelihood of developing arthritis. Some seniors persist in enduring the discomfort, convinced that it's merely a typical aspect of growing older. However, discomfort is never a usual occurrence. Your body is signaling a problem, indicating that something is amiss, that something is deteriorating. Disregard it, and you might soon confront the truth of limited mobility, countless medical appointments, and a prolonged recovery journey that may never completely regain your autonomy. Knee damage is a gradual process, and that gradual onset is what renders it particularly perilous. The decay unfolds slowly, nearly imperceptibly at the outset. However, each time you push your knees into a deep bend, you hasten the progression. Once the damage is inflicted, there is no way to reverse it. The inquiry stands: how much more can your knees endure before they ultimately fail? If you believe deep squats are harmful, just wait until you discover the next exercise that has been quietly wreaking havoc on seniors' knees for years. Stay tuned, as this could catch you off guard. 2. Traversing unforgiving terrains, the stealthy adversary of joints. Running has been celebrated for ages as an exceptional way to maintain fitness. However, for older adults, it can be one of the most harmful activities for your knees, particularly if you're hitting the pavement or running on other rigid surfaces. With each step you take, a formidable shock wave travels through your legs, impacting your knees with a force that can reach up to 5 times your body weight. In your youth, your joints had a remarkable ability to absorb this impact with greater efficiency. Your cartilage possessed greater thickness, enhanced elasticity, and the remarkable ability to rebound. Yet, as time passes, that strength diminishes. The once plush cartilage that protected your knees has diminished, leaving your joints to endure the full force of each step without any cushioning. Initially, the indications are faint. A touch of stiffness in the morning. A persistent throb following an extended stroll. A minor unease when ascending or descending the stairs. These serve as signals, your body's method of indicating that your knees are experiencing excessive strain. However, numerous older adults overlook these warnings, enduring the discomfort, convinced it's just an inevitable aspect of aging. The reality is, it's not merely the passage of time, it's harm that has been done. Running on harsh surfaces hastens the decline of your joints, eroding the final layers of cartilage that safeguard your bones. Once that cartilage disappears, it is lost forever. What comes next is a harsh truth. Persistent inflammation, swelling, and the excruciating friction of bone against bone with each motion. Some runners remain unaware of the damage they inflict until, one day, their knee unexpectedly fails them. A jarring sting, a resounding crack, and the struggle to bear weight on the leg. This is the onset of meniscus tears, ligament damage, and severe osteoarthritis. Recovery has evolved beyond just resting in ice. Rather, it results in extended periods of rehabilitation, treatments, and often, surgical procedures. Even so, the knee might never regain its former sensation. The ease of movement that was once a given has transformed into a daily battle, where even the most mundane activities, such as rising from a chair or ascending a few steps, have become daunting and painful endeavors. What's the most frustrating aspect? Numerous older adults facing knee deterioration due to running often find themselves entirely removed from the pursuits they once cherished. The ability to enjoy long walks, to engage with their grandchildren, to maintain independence, all gradually stripped away by the very activity they believed was promoting their well-being. However, there are other concealed risks beyond just running. Many seniors are convinced that a certain exercise is enhancing their strength, yet it is actually straining their knees to the limit. Pay close attention, as the next one might be even more challenging. 3. Dynamic and powerful jumping workouts. The quiet annihilator of joints. While jumping exercises may appear beneficial for preserving agility and strength, they can quietly undermine knee health in seniors. The act of jumping, propelling oneself off the ground, and landing with intensity exerts a significant amount of pressure on the knee joint. In your earlier days, your body was more equipped to manage this stress. Your tendons, ligaments, and cartilage possessed remarkable strength and flexibility, adept at absorbing impact with ease. As you grow older, the elasticity in your joints diminishes, the cushioning in your knees thins out, your ligaments lose their resilience, and your capacity to bounce back from impact significantly decreases. Every leap inflicts a crushing impact on a joint that has already succumbed to the ravages of time. Initially, it may not appear to be significant. Perhaps you experience a subtle unease following a workout, a flicker of pain when you complete a pass. Yet, that pain transcends mere discomfort. It serves as a cautionary indicator. With each step you take, the force reverberates through your body, causing minuscule rips in the cartilage, small injuries that, as time passes, accumulate into a more significant concern. These tiny wounds no longer mend as they once did. Instead, they build up, eroding the shield that prevents your bones from rubbing against one another. The outcome? Persistent inflammation, rigidity, and unrelenting discomfort. And then, just one misstep is all it takes. A fleeting moment of misalignment, a subtly skewed stride, and in an instant, everything changes. A sudden, intense pain pierces your knee, making it clear that you cannot stand without help. This is the process by which ligament tears occur. This is how older adults often end up with a torn meniscus, an ACL injury, or even a complete knee blowout. The journey to recovery is arduous, challenging, and frequently falls short of completion. Months of physical therapy might provide some relief, yet the knee often remains altered forever. Numerous older adults experiencing these injuries confront their greatest fear, the potential loss of mobility and independence. The most challenging aspect is that these injuries extend beyond just your exercise routines. They influence your daily existence. Each step turns into a struggle. Stairs seem insurmountable. Even the simple act of rising from a chair can feel like an uphill battle. What was once a straightforward action, something you never paused to consider, now appears as an overwhelming obstacle. Yet, the perils extend beyond this point. There exists another exercise that, despite appearing harmless, is in fact imposing significant stress on your knees, an activity that may be subtly degrading your joints with each repetition. Stay tuned, as the upcoming information might just catch you off guard. 4. Leg press with heavy weights, the quiet destroyer of cartilage. While the leg press machine might appear to be a secure and regulated method for enhancing leg strength, it can actually pose significant risks and challenges to knee health for seniors. The machine's design fosters an illusion of safety. You're in position, your back is cushioned, and all that remains is to exert your effort. However, many individuals fail to recognize that the leg press exerts a significant amount of pressure on the knee joints, exceeding their natural capacity to cope with as they grow older. As you load substantial weights onto the machine and push them upward, your knees are compelled into an awkward position, taking on the entire force of the resistance. As time passes, this constant strain inflicts lasting harm, eroding the cartilage that safeguards your joints. Initially, it seems rather insignificant. Perhaps there's a touch of rigidity afterward, a subtle discomfort that persists for a few hours. Yet, those subtle indications are merely the start of something more significant. As you lift increasingly heavier weights, the strain on your knee joints compresses the cartilage, forcing out the vital fluids that maintain its lubrication and flexibility. In the absence of this vital cushioning, your bones begin to collide with one another with each movement, resulting in persistent inflammation, swelling, and a piercing pain that lingers. Numerous older adults brush off the pain as mere muscle soreness, yet the reality is much more concerning. Each press is taking a toll on your knee joint, hastening the arrival of arthritis and the decline of joint health. Then arrives the pivotal moment that transforms everything. A jarring, intense ache in the middle of the repetition. A sensation akin to something being ripped deep within the knee. You attempt to ease the weights down, yet your leg stubbornly resists your command. You've recently endured a significant injury, possibly a meniscus tear, a ruptured ligament, or even a patellar fracture. The journey of recovery unfolds at a measured pace, frequently accompanied by discomfort, and ultimately leads to a transformation that feels distinctly different. Even if you find a way to recover, the harm has already occurred, and your knee will never fully restore its strength or stability. The most challenging aspect? These injuries do more than just hinder your ability to work out. Your independence is taken away from you. Ascending stairs turns into a challenge. Entering and exiting the vehicle feels like a challenging task. Strolling even brief distances resembles an epic journey. What used to be a seamless action has transformed into a painful echo of a choice that ought to have been sidestepped. However, there remains one additional activity that older adults are convinced is contributing to their strength, while in truth, it is causing significant damage to their knees with each and every repetition. If you believed heavy leg presses posed a risk, just wait until you learn about this next one. It's a practice that often goes unexamined, but it might be guiding you directly toward an operation. Stay tuned, as what follows is something you simply cannot overlook. 5. Lunges, the knee ligament destroyer. While lunges are frequently suggested for enhancing strength and balance, they can pose significant risks for seniors, particularly concerning the health of aging knees. At first glance, lunges appear straightforward. Simply advance, bend your torso, and rise back up. However, it is often overlooked that lunges can exert significant pressure on the knee joint, particularly for older individuals whose cartilage may already be deteriorating. The profound bending action places the knee in a precarious stance, elongating the ligaments and eroding the scant cushioning that persists. Initially, the unease may seem trivial, perhaps a slight tightness or a persistent dull ache following your exercise routine. Yet, those subtle cues serve as alerts. With each lunge, your knees are subjected to an unnatural burden, leading to pressure on the meniscus and straining the ligaments that support them. The front knee takes on the majority of the impact, while the back knee remains bent at an angle that may impose undue stress on joints that are already delicate. With the passage of time, this continual motion results in persistent inflammation, swelling, and ultimately, the deterioration of cartilage. The safeguarding layer that cushions your bones begins to wear away, and from that moment on, each step serves as a painful echo of the harm inflicted. Then, one fateful day, everything takes a turn for the worse. A minor miscalculation, a stride that ventures a tad too far, and in an instant, a piercing ache radiates through your knee. A sensation stirs within, an unsettling feeling that something is amiss. This is the way in which ligament tears, meniscus damage, and patellar dislocations occur. After the harm has been inflicted, there's no way to reverse it. The journey of recovery is arduous, challenging, and frequently leaves some aspects unfulfilled. While physical therapy can be beneficial, it's important to note that in numerous instances, the knee may not achieve complete recovery. What used to be a straightforward action, like crossing the room or rising from a chair, now seems unattainable. The most challenging aspect? Numerous older adults are often unaware that their knee discomfort began with lunges. The deterioration unfolds slowly, often going unnoticed in the beginning. However, by the moment the discomfort reaches an intolerable level, the joint has already sustained significant harm. Some persevere through the unease, believing that they merely need to build up their leg strength. Some individuals completely abandon their exercise routines, worried that any activity might exacerbate their condition. In either scenario, the outcome remains unchanged, a decline in mobility, autonomy, and overall quality of life. However, consider this. Everyday movements, like lunges, may be quietly harming your knees over time. Indeed, many seniors engage in habits and routines that inadvertently exacerbate joint pain and hasten knee deterioration. Stay tuned, as what you're about to discover could be crucial for preserving your knees before it's too late. 6. Ascending stairs with a heavy burden, the unseen danger to aging knees. Climbing stairs has long been regarded as a basic, instinctive action, something we perform without much consideration. However, for older adults, ascending stairs while bearing heavy burdens or consistently putting pressure on the knees can pose a quiet danger, gradually eroding the joints and hastening knee decline. Though ascending and descending stairs might appear innocuous, the dynamics of this action impose significant stress on aging knees, particularly when additional weight is carried in the hands, arms, or back. With each movement, your knee bears the burden of more than twice your body weight, compelling the joint to endure continuous strain, which frequently results in inflammation, stiffness, and potential long-term harm. Initially, you may experience just a hint of discomfort, perhaps a touch of soreness after hauling groceries up the stairs, or a fleeting tightness in your knees while going down. Yet, these slight discomforts serve as indicators. As time goes on, the strain placed on the knee joint while ascending stairs begins to wear away the diminishing protective layer that exists between the bones. The ligaments and tendons that support the knee start to extend beyond their limits, resulting in tiny tears that, while initially imperceptible, accumulate over time. Over time, the knees lose their ability to bounce back, the discomfort becomes a constant companion, and each movement, whether ascending or descending, transforms into a struggle. Then one day, a change occurs. Perhaps you stumble, perhaps your knee falters without warning, or perhaps it's simply one stair beyond your limit. A sudden, piercing pain jolts through your joint, and before you can steady yourself, you instinctively grasp for a railing, praying your knee holds firm beneath you. This is the way in which meniscus tears, ligament strains, and patellar injuries happen. What was once a seamless endeavor has transformed into a challenge, a hurdle that demands attention and cannot be overlooked any longer. What's even more alarming is that going down the stairs can often be more harmful than going up. The descent compels the knee joint to endure an astonishing level of impact, exceeding what it was intended to manage as time goes on. With each downward movement, the knee fights to maintain its stability, heightening the chances of an abrupt joint failure. Numerous older adults start to steer clear of stairs entirely, dreading the intense, searing discomfort that accompanies every step down. The issue extends beyond the physical realm. It encompasses emotional aspects as well. The gradual loss of the ability to ascend stairs can evoke a profound sense of diminished autonomy, a creeping awareness that the simplicity of daily life is becoming increasingly challenging. Some seniors hold the belief that maintaining an active lifestyle will contribute to the strength of their knees, enduring the discomfort with the hope that it will eventually subside. However, the reality is that the more they overlook these warning signs, the more they prepare themselves for lasting harm. Injury that could result in the ultimate dread, a life constrained by limited mobility, a cycle of constant medical appointments, and the ever-present threat of undergoing knee replacement surgery. By now, you've picked up on the signals. The routines you once relied on, the actions you believed were safeguarding your well-being, might be steering you toward permanent knee injury. What if you had the opportunity to alter your path before it becomes irreversible? Imagine discovering innovative and secure methods to maintain your strength while preserving your freedom of movement. The decisions you embrace today will shape your journey, allowing you to navigate with ease or confront the harsh truth of knee decline. What are your next steps? What are the alternatives? Safeguarding your knees while maintaining power. Steering clear of high-risk exercises doesn't equate to relinquishing strength, mobility, or overall fitness. It signifies the importance of training with intelligence rather than sheer effort. To maintain your knee health while remaining active, it's essential to select exercises that enhance strength without leading to excessive strain. Your knees have supported you through countless journeys, and now it's time to safeguard them. The choices you make regarding exercise today will shape your ability to move freely in the future, influencing whether you maintain your independence or face the challenges of pain and joint deterioration. The initial step is recognizing that low impact does not equate to ineffectiveness. Indeed, the appropriate low-impact exercises can be equally effective as their high-impact alternatives. Practices that emphasize controlled strength, stability, and joint support form the cornerstone of fitness that is gentle on the knees. Activities such as swimming, cycling, and using the elliptical maintain cardiovascular strength while being gentle on the joints. Using lighter weights with higher repetitions in strength training promotes muscle growth while minimizing stress on the knees. Even a seemingly straightforward action like walking on soft surfaces rather than pavement can significantly alleviate long-term strain on the joints. It is essential to prioritize both flexibility and balance. Stiff muscles exert tension on the knee joint, elevating stress levels and limiting movement. Consistent, gentle stretching, along with practices like yoga and tai chi, maintains flexibility and strength in the muscles around the knee, alleviating strain and preventing stiffness. Engaging in balance exercises such as standing on one leg or utilizing a stability ball enhances joint stability, thereby minimizing the likelihood of falls and injuries that may result in lasting knee damage. However, one of the most underestimated elements of safeguarding the knees is tuning into your body's signals. Discomfort does not indicate an effective exercise session. This serves as a cautionary note. It suggests that something is amiss. The notion of enduring pain is not only antiquated but also perilous, particularly as one grows older. While discomfort can be expected, experiencing sharp pain, swelling, or persistent soreness following exercise should raise concerns. Overlooking these signals results in lasting harm that could have been avoided. The aim goes beyond merely maintaining activity. It's about maintaining an active lifestyle that ensures your mobility for the future. It's unwise to impose routines that harm your joints, especially if they compromise your freedom of movement in the future. What genuinely counts is having the ability to rise from a chair effortlessly, to stroll without discomfort, to ascend stairs smoothly, and to engage fully in the precious moments of life. Your knees serve as your support system. Handle them delicately, and they will propel you onward. Choose wisely today to avoid the burden of regret in the future. These lessons aim to ignite your passion for living a life that is both vibrant and true to yourself. I'm eager to hear your thoughts. Pause for a moment to contemplate and express one insight you've gained that you intend to incorporate into your own life. Let us uplift one another as we navigate this path toward accepting these realities. If you found this video enjoyable, kindly share your thoughts with a comment featuring the number 1. If that's the case, please don't hesitate to leave a comment with a 0. We truly value your feedback. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more engaging content like this. Thank you for tuning in, and here's to embracing life as you see fit.